Warning. Warning. If you hear something that makes you upset on the broadcast, true, opinion, or otherwise, you are free to sign off or go to another channel. If you can't, please contact the displayed number below to seek help. Trolling and hate watching is more serious than you think. Now back to our scheduled broadcast.
He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn wall!
Hello. Subscribe because it's not a bad idea. Hit that like button. Comment below. You're welcome. Before we get to Stephen A. Smith and Miss Poopy Pants, just want to speak on something real quick. DEI. For something as DEI to go away and make black people this sad and angry about this, maybe it's something I missed. Yes, I would be angry too that DEI was rolled back, eliminated, gone. But only if black people were the primary beneficiaries, but we weren't. We, as in black men and black women. I don't care what dumbass Vivica Fox says. But the primary beneficiaries were, get this, white women. And for those smart asses, Caucasian women. Only loved by black people when convenient. Like when it's Hannah Grace Cobb or Captain Marvel or Gloria Steinem in the name of feminism and sisterhood. So there are going to be those melanated skin folk upset that I'm going against their democratic narrative, or in other words, white women can't use DEI anymore to position themselves to get better jobs than blacks. Somehow through the shills on the TV, we believe that this is our fight. Tricked again, just like every election cycle by the Democrats. And am I using Stephen A. Smith and Michelle Beadle to drive this point home? The answer?
You're goddamn right.
Now, as far as Stephen A. Smith goes, I'm usually hot and cold with this guy, based on certain views of his during some of his on-air rantings, like being much harder on black athletes than Caucasian athletes when fuck-ups happen. Which, I'm not asking for special treatment of the black ones, just some consistency across the board. The way he addresses black issues sometimes is cool, sometimes it feels like this in the past, and sometimes he's controversial, as in his shift in political views as of late, and a possible run for the highest office in the land. Whether I'm hot or cold with anyone, there's always a person that likes said guy a lot less than I do. That person is Michelle Beadle, sports analyst, now formerly of SiriusXm. I like SiriusXm, Channel 67, real jazz, that's all. Beadle, being a Caucasian woman, could have been adversely affected by these DEI rollbacks. Very possible. You see, Karen-esque white women see a movement or a policy and they just invade it and make it about them. Because women are considered a minority in this country, they just bulldoze everything like affirmative action. Nothing but finding ways to redistribute wealth back to the white communities. But again, some melanated skin folk still believe everything is about us. It ain't. Maybe Stephen A. Smith in this situation represents a reversal of fortune, much needed amongst black men. If we try a little, fortune can favor us as well. You know what's so satisfying about this? The caveat. She already disliked him. Imagine losing your spot to a person you can't stand. And, well, Michelle expedited the process with an on-air rant of her own about her incoming replacement that got her ass fired. Stephen A. Smith on June 4th announced that he would be returning to Mad Dog Radio on SiriusXm in the early fall with a 2-hour weekday show, replacing Beadle's show, Beadle and Decker, which she's co-hosted with Cody Decker for the past 2 years. She claims that she learned the news from The Hollywood Reporter, not SiriusXM, which I admit was kind of cold. They knew it was happening, but they didn't know who. She admits she was embarrassed and blindsided and said things like, it's a reminder that we're all pieces of shit to someone. If you forgot, there it is. Well, I mean, that's usually how it works in her neck of the woods. You know, the people who think more money think that they're better than the people who make less money. So surprise, surprise. Way to bring your audience down, Michelle, not Obama. No wonder they fired you after this. Then she would proceed to go in on Stephen A. Smith, a black man. Yep, she's angry with him specifically. Michelle, not Pfeiffer, has a history of firing off at men she doesn't like when she said this about Harrison Buckner on Pete Rosenberg's Over the Top podcast. She says, and by the way, it's also my freedom of speech to say, go fuck yourself, Harrison Buckner. That's my freedom. I can do that. I'm not going to lose my job. And he should also have that right. Wow, the irony of her saying that. Yep, that was 2024. Yet here we are. Beadle would then say things about Stephen A. Smith like she didn't like him, how he gets it wrong, she doesn't respect his work. And she basically says this is about his controversial Ray Rice take that got him suspended for a week back in 2014 on ESPN, and apologizing upon his return. But Michelle No Rodriguez brings this up in 2025 just to kind of smear him, a black man. Black men, we ought to know already that we can't apologize enough. Ray Rice definitely couldn't, no matter how much Janae Rice pleaded with the public. Well, after that goofy rant, SiriusXm said fuck that and didn't wait till the fall. They let her go immediately. Her entitlement was disgusting. I may not agree with everything Stephen A. Smith says, but if anyone deserves a spot in sports analysis on the TV and other forms of media, such as satellite radio, it is Stephen A. Smith. He's a merit-based hire. He's qualified. He has a wealth of experience and knowledge. SiriusXm is lucky to have him. Michelle Karen Beadle probably wasn't that good anyway, but is wrong to hire less qualified individuals based on race, gender, or other superficial aspects. Maybe she will realize that one day. Probably not. Stephen A. Smith probably thinks those tears are delicious. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Whose side are you on? Stephen A. Smith or Michelle Beadle? Till the next time, folks.
Black men, there's a lot of misogyny. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.